Yes, hello teacher. Today our group will present about hydraulic press machine. For the hydraulic press machine is we will talk about our proposal. For our proposal is in our group we have objective for using a hand press machine or we call it hydraulic press machine. The hydraulic press machine that for the industrial community that I need to have a machine can be more knowledge of it and giving more advice of the safety factor tools in each way with the cost and quality saving. And then we will talk about product design specification. For the product design specification, we have a lot of topic to talk, but we will talk. The first one is made for use. For the made for use, we have two topics to say is a machine and safety factor too. We will start at the first one is machine. It's a machine that use liquid to create force to compress or crush object, often used in the industrial and production application that require a large amount of power. And we will talk the next one is safety factor too. For the safety factor too, everyone who is using the machine can be knowledge more in many types of way and can be used for economical and the use for recycling things that can be taught by the ISO or the standard measure. And the next topic is purpose and function. And this topic we will talk about why we choose this. For hydraulic press machine is a versatile and powerful piece of equipment used in various industries for a wide range of applications. And the primary purpose of a hydraulic pressure is to generate a compressive force using a hydraulic cylinder. This force is then applied to a workpiece to achieve a specific outcome. Then we will give to a Shanikan.
And the next page it talk about compatibility. The compatibility of a hydraulic press machine refer to its ability to work effectively with various material and process. And the next is the material of machine. The material used in the construction of a hydraulic press machine and critical to its performance, durability, and safety. And the next page it talk about size and dimension. The size and dimension of a hydraulic press machine can vary widely based on its intended application and capacity. And the next topic is safety feature. Safety feature are crucial components of hydraulic press machine to protect operator, prevent accident, and ensure the safe operation of the equipment. And the next page is talk about operational function. A hydraulic press is a mechanical device that uses the static pressure of a liquid as defined by Pascal principle to shape, deform, and configure various types of metal. The process of a hydraulic press begins when a hydraulic fluid is forced into a double-acting piston. Compressive force inside the cylinder put the liquid into the cylinder. And the last is the passage of the fluid between the two pistons. Heat increased pressure, the product force hydraulic press downward onto a workpiece. That is deformed to product a desired shape.
So next is the equipments above of the hydraulic press. We have ram. In many hydraulic systems, several rams are used, the number of which depends on the working load. Multiple small rams are preferred over a single larger one to allow for better control over the thrust force. So next is accumulator. Accumulator is for the stores the hydraulic pressure as fluid which is released when required. The configuration of the hydraulic accumulator is a cylinder with a piston that have a spring-loaded or the pneumatically procedures. The pump continuously pumps the hydraulic fluids into the accumulator to keep the pressure in its constant. So next one is pump. There are three types of hydraulic pumps. They are vane, gear, and piston. With piston pumps, being the most commonly used. The pumps for a hydraulic press are a positive displacement pump, which means they are deliver the constant the constant amount of fluid with each pumping cycle. So next, we are having an equipment. So the equipment is about the cylinders and the hydraulic press process. So the cylinders, the number of cylinders are in the hydraulic press varies according to the design. The function of the cylinder is to generate the compressive force that drives the anvil and die into the two cylinders in design. The diameter of the cylinder that carries the ram is larger, while the diameter of the second cylinder that carries the plunger is smaller. So next one is the mechanical result of the pressure created by the hydraulic systems. So it can be seen in the animation below. So it's gonna be like the slug placed under the anvil, and the pressure created by the cylinders drives the ram that drives the down into the slug and force it into the die. It's gonna be pressure measures. And next is the equipment. The timing belt are the belt is as have a groove similar to the gear teeth and placed horizontally along the entire length of the belt. The timing belt has tension fiber and made of steel wire embed with the belt structure made of polyurethane. So next is ball screw. Ball screw is the basically of the using of the nut to move the straight line by causing the ball bearing inside the nut to flow along the ball screw grooves on the screw shafts. Next is servo motor is basically the device that control the speed of the torque and the motor of the distance that moving on the piston control, which generates motor can control in the basic work. Lastly, and the linear sensors. So using the principle of the property of the magnetic field to work, it can be used in damp and dirty areas. This is allowed to be applied in both small and large hydraulic system. So next is standards.
Okay, for standard ISO, hydraulic press a powerful machine utilized in various industrial for tasks. As you can see in the slide, we have three quality of manufacturing standard, which will be different in terms of material and component standard, such as American Society for Metals, Society of Plastic Engineer, American National Standard Institute. Next, hydraulic press machine standard. The machine must be in the safety measure standard that work properly in the manual system of the ISO or the industrial standard. Having the lubricant of the machine ready, checking the functional of the parts, carefully check the part of the machine. The machine must be in the right place and controlled by the common area. The machine must require safety tools for the worker. Hydraulic press can normally be stopped at any point in their cycle, and the force exerted by the die can be varied. The machine must be controlled on each operation by the objective material. Next, constraint equipment and control. The development in the machine require the safety consideration of the equipment that require in each operation and the maintenance of the machine. For the price, hydraulic press machine can be expensive in the way that they use and receiving in each objective and the quality control of how they use material. Next, in calculation part, we calculate torque for the ball screw or the shaft. We use 28.6 Newton meter for the force 0.27 meter for ring and 90% of ball screw efficiency and 1.5 for safety factor. After we calculate, we got the 0.91 Newton meter. The screw that we use in our project is M5 with 4.8 strength cast for steel screw. Tightening torque is equal to 2.59 Newton meter. So it means that the ball screw can support the torque from our calculation.
So next is the shaft calculation part. As we have the torque part in the servo motor, so we manually get the motor torque by 28.6 or estimately by 27 Newton meter. As we assume we use safety factor for 1.5 or 2, and we assume by the material of the strength that we use is 45 megapascal and the omega of 3000 round per min, and the length of the shaft is 0.15. As you can see, we use a formula as below. We use to find the diameter that we have to solve and the shaft speed. So basically, it's gonna be the critical speed in critical with the omega below that working on the shaft effective. So lastly is the bolter calculation part. Is the bolter area that gonna be when the die pressure on the substance or workpiece is gonna be the bolter area gonna have to be the pressure. So we're gonna find the bolter area, bolter pressure, bolter stiffness, and have the safety factor for the working area. So basically, as you can see in the part, so it's gonna be the bolster part and bolster pressure and bolster stiffness as 500 kilopascal and 20,000 kilonewton per minute, as the cross section area of the load and material strength is 0.0003 cubic meter, and the safety factor of the working load is 200 kilonewton. So next is the design part of the shaft. These are the shaft following of the shaft and and the plate of the hydraulic press, and this is bolster, and this is servo motor, and lately this is the center part that combined together with the workpiece. As summary, the functional requirement, so we decided onto the slide as the bolster that are exerting force by the shaft of the cylinder pressure of the ball screw to cooperate with the servo motor. So on, we managed to use the slide as the main function of the project and in the hydraulic pressures to see the force that is applied on die or object that have been placed and plate on the bolster. So material property, we are considering to testing the material with the plate machine that is using the metal sheet that has most hardness and less brittle to manage to push the die and the object test into the industrial function. As it can be seen on the soft or reconduct material that can be reshaped or with less hardness are easily compressed by the side. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you.